Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to channel Y.O.B. It's your host, Yasha Solomon. Today I'm doing a top 10 best films of the year list for 2024. I'm going to start with 6 honorable mentions and then I'll do the top 10. Uh, yeah, so just before I start the list, I just wanted to have a little chat about my feelings of 2024 cinema. Um, I think that it was not a great year for cinema. I think that there was a lot of duds. It's really just a lot of mediocre films. I mean, the best f- films that came out were really in the indie scene, in the independent film scene. Those are like the favorite films of the year to me. Are like all the films that were indie films. Um, but there's still lots of decent or high quality films, but you had to really go out there and search. You couldn't. It's not like it was mainstream at all, or it was being brought up in social media. It's like because you know a lot of YouTubers or film critics on YouTube now are really just like right wing leaning and fear mongering and hate baiting, rather than trying to um, like recommend or debate or discuss film in a in a uh, in a productive or constructive way. It's just very um, it's just very hate driven and fear mongering, and and it's just political, and I'm trying not to do that with my channel. I really want to make this channel for art purposes and for film criticism, real film criticism. So you know that's the thing, and I go and watch films that really like interest me. I don't watch films just because everybody else is, and sometimes I don't even watch films that I do reaction videos for, like trailer reactions for, because sometimes eventually kind of just I don't know, I lose interest in it, or there's a lot of hate backlash that comes with it that kind of turns me off of it. You know, I just want to be really genuine, but let's get into the list. And the first thing we're gonna get into is the top, or no, the 6 honorable mentions. So let me pull those up for you right now. All right. Number 16. 6 out of the honorable mentions. The Brutalist. This movie is directed by Brady Corbett. Cinematography, Lowell Crawley. Starring Adrian Brody, Felicity Jones, and Guy Pearce. This is a film I saw a couple of weeks ago, and and I it was a really interesting film. Um, I think the movie is very, very long, and it's kind of like the pacing is the biggest problem for me. But I do like the cinematography. I do like the acting. I do like the storytelling. It feels very epic. It feels very like a classic, you know, film. Um, I do want to rewatch it. Uh, I saw this late, but I think this is a really good film. I highly recommend it. It's definitely good on my honorable mentions list. I really enjoyed it, and I gave the film. Um, I believe I gave it a 10 out of 10. But it's just the pacing that's really a lot for me. Number 15. Challengers is directed by Luca Guadagnino. Stars Zendaya, Mike Fast, Haley Gates, Josh O'Connor. Yeah, I saw this movie a little while ago, back in the summer, and I mean, the director is a great director. I've seen all of his films. I think he is a really good director. I just thought the trailer was very cringe and it just looked really bad. But I still wanted to watch it because everyone said that it was shot really well, like the tennis scenes. And to be honest, that is the best thing about the film is the tennis scenes. Is like the how the cinematography looks and how dynamic it is, and it's just the way everything feels like it's like very artistic and abstract, and it's very inspiring for how film should look. Just it should be always engaging. You know, it doesn't have to be an action movie for it to still be a very well shot, you know, film. And I mean, I really, I thought it was really good. I still think Zendaya is not like, I don't know, I don't want to hate because it's just, at this point, what are you going to do? She's going to be in everything. So I was just like, at the same time, I wish we could get other actresses, like new faces, like just unknown people because I feel like there's too much recognition and there's too much actors and actresses that play themselves in films, and it just doesn't make you really engage the film. It kind of makes you distracted by, oh yeah, it's this person such and such. But for the most part, I thought it was a good film. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Alien Romulus. Romulus is directed by Feli Alvarez. Um, it stars Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson, Isabella Marced. Came out August 16th. I saw this around the time it came out, and I thought it was pretty good. Um, I still, I don't know, the writing still kind of feels weak. Feels just kind of contrived. It's like, I don't know. It's a good film. I like it more than Covenant, but it just feels like we're going backwards in a way. Just kind of like we're retreading in the same water rather than doing something that feels like new, you know. And I just kind of want, I don't know. It just feels like the script, and I don't know. I just don't want to keep seeing the same actors and actresses and things. Kaylee Spaney was in Civil War. I thought her performance was very mediocre, and I feel the same way in this one. And it's just, I don't think we need to keep hiring people due to nepotism. Like, you could get new people. It'll be even cheaper than hiring people that are very expensive to get, like Timothy Charlemagne and, you know, Aaron Taylor Johnson or whatever. Like, just get new people that are good actors and actresses. But I mean, what should I give it overall? I gave it 9 out of 10. I mean, I had a really good time with it. It's kind of one of those films it's like it's like one and done kind of thing. It's like you don't really, it's no value, long term value that I felt in it. I felt like it was just kind of like, wow, that was really fun. And it was like, I try watching it again, and it's just like shallow because it's just like, yeah, it's not really that. I don't know. All right. Number 13. Deadpool and Wolverine. Directed by Sean Levi. Starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. I saw this film. I think like this opening day. I think I saw it. Um, I saw it in 40X. Um, I gave the movie an 8 out of 10. Um, I think it was more of just the appreciation for the two actors and just the history of the Fox brand of X-Men and growing up watching them. And it's just kind of like in game. Like I don't like in game the movie, but I liked it when I saw it in the theater the first time. But it's the same thing with No Way Home, and it's like it kind of sucks because I wish we could go back to like where we could see movies like Spider-Man 2 and with Tobey Maguire and see it over and over again because it's such a good film. Not just because it you know it had featured a cameo or you know oh you know it's like I don't know. I mean, I like it. Uh, it's definitely like Alien Romulus. It's where it's really good the first time you watch it, but it's kind of like once you watch it the first time, it's like all right, I don't want to see that again. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It's it's good on my it's good being on my honorable mentions. One is number 12, Late Night with the Devil. This is one of those Shutter movies, and you know, uh, I saw In Violent Nature. I think before I saw this. I think I don't remember. Either way, I didn't like In Violent Nature. I like this. I mean, it's cheaper looking, and I think it has weaker cinematography, but it has I don't know. I think it has more interesting story, and I don't know. It's more engaging acting. So I mean, I just found it more entertaining, and I had a good time watching it. Uh, it's a movie that I would watch again, but not by myself. I would watch it with like someone else, or just to kind of like see what other people have opinions about of it. You know, because it's like I kind of got what I needed to see in the first time, but yeah, I found this film really entertaining. I gave it an 8 out of 10. All right, number 11, Gladiator 2. Uh, Directed by what is the director's name again? I know his name, but I just forgot of it. Ridley Scott. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Ridley Scott. But yeah, the cast: Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal, Connie Nielsen, Joseph Quinn, Fred Henninger. Henninger. I think the cast was pretty good. I don't think the cast is bad. Um, I don't think this movie was amazing. I feel like it's a tad bit like fantasy, almost felt like it's watching like Lord of the Rings sometimes. It's like, what do I? This is like, but since there's been such a drought of medieval like gladiator movies, it's like I just kind of appreciated it watching it, and I watched it with a packed crowd. It was really fun seeing with the crowd, and everybody seemed to enjoy it. Um, And I mean, I enjoyed it. I left feeling pretty good. I mean, there's not been a lot of Ridley Scott films in the last decade that I've enjoyed, especially Napoleon. Napoleon is just like I tried sitting through that, and my brain was just like, this is I can't. But I actually enjoy this. I think he's kind of knows now where he could work with. It's like I don't know. He's better with just action and like you know kind of playing with historical elements. Because you know some stuff he kind of goes in detail, and then some stuff is just complete fantasy. So that's why it's very up and down. So it's like it's frustrating when you're looking at it from a historical standpoint because it's like why are you being historically accurate with this one thing and then like doing like complete like fantasy with the other. But I don't know. I think it's a good film. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 8 out of 10. All right, number 10, A Complete Unknown, directed by James Mangold, starring Timothy Chalamet, Monica Barbaro, Edward Norton, Ellie Fanning, Boyd Hollybrook. Yeah, I saw this not that long ago, uh, and I thought it was pretty good. I had a really good time watching it. Uh, I had issues with Timothy Chalamet's voice sometimes, uh, as Bob Dylan, but I think it was a well directed film. I do like James Mangold's directing. I believe he made 310 to Yuma. Um, and I think he's a good director. And I think this film is uh, it's definitely worth the watch. It's not the greatest film of all time. I think that it definitely could have been a little bit more fleshed out with the writing, and I don't know. I just kind of felt like this film was it was a solid film. It's nothing. It's not perfect. It's nothing. It's kind of. I mean, it's kind of just generic. I think that's his biggest downfall. And I think it's more of the writing, and but it's not really the direction. I think the direction was as good as it could be, and that's kind of the thing that saved it for me. But yeah, I gave this film a complete unknown 8.5 out of 10. The Substance. All right, at number 9, The Substance. This film was directed by Corelli Farragut. No, I'm gonna get this name correct. Give me a second. Yeah, I can't find a way how to pronounce that, but sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. Uh, yes, the cast: Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid. I saw this movie a little while back. I really liked it. I thought it was uh, very well put together. I think it's very unique, and it was good satire on how women are treated in the film industry and how uh, people view age. And I think it's a very impressive how it got award. Um, you know, while being such a violent, like, grindhouse film at the end. So it's like that's very impressive. And I mean, I just thought I left it very, very, very impressed. I think the more I watch it, the more I enjoy it. Um, it's definitely going to be a classic, in my opinion. I think this is definitely a film that people go back to and watch later on and say how this was like a really good film. Um, I gave this movie a 9 out of 10. The reason I gave it a 9 out of 10 is because I think that the pacing was a little bad in the middle because it should have been a little shorter. It should have been because it's such a satire. It kind of felt like it was a little bit too much. Um, I don't know. It was just not. It was really kind of. It felt like it was kind of just speaking in a circle in the middle, whereas like we get it, to a point, but it's not bad enough where it's like you know it makes the movie bad for me, but you definitely feel that runtime. So definitely a 9 out of 10 film. Yes. Coming in at number drum roll 8, Megalopolis. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola, released September 27th, 2024. Cast: Adam Driver, Aubrey Plaza, Nat- Natal- Natalie Emmanuel, Grace Vanderwall, Shia LaBeouf, Chloe Finham, John Voight. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. G Giancarlo Esposito, Du- Dustin Hoffman, Tally Shire. This is a pack cast, in other words. Um, I really enjoyed this film. Um, this movie got a lot of hate and a lot of uh, just a lot of like just you know uh, bad reviews, and all the critics said how this was horribly acted. The CGI was bad, and I was just like, I watched it and I just was just like, I don't see what everybody's talking about. Maybe because a lot of them are not, you know, I don't know. I don't want to judge other people's opinion because people have the right to have their own opinion. But at the same time, I just really found this movie amazing. Uh, I thought the actor was great by everybody. I found it like a play. You know, um, I love the music. I love the fashion. Um, it felt very like like odd and dreamlike, and I think the message at the end was very beautiful. Um, and I've been honestly anticipating this film before, like at any footage, any you know official announcements. I was hearing about this, and I was just really looking forward to watching it. And I thought the wait was worth it. I just really sad that this movie did not do that well in the box office, and I really, I don't know. I think that this movie just had a lot of negative press from the get go, and I think the movie is just kind of odd and very unique, and people just didn't really get it. And I think instead of people just kind of giving it a chance, and, you know, I don't know. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm into very odd films like this. But to me, I thought it was really good, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. Yeah, this is a video that I did the day after, and this is me from the future. I just forgot to put in number 7 for some reason. I was editing it and I realized, what the hell, I forgot to put this in. Um, but this is number 7, National Anthem, directed by Luke Guilford. Um, and the release date was March 10th, 2023, but I saw this in 2024. So I just realized this right now that this was in 2023 best of. But I'm just gonna make this part of my 2024 because I saw it this year. I didn't even know about it. I know that's kind of not really uh, fair, but I don't care. It's my list, so deal with it. Um, I just realized that now, but either way, this will be part of my top 10 best of 2024. The cast is Eve Lindley as Sky, Charlie Plummer as Dylan, and Mason Alexander Park as Carrie. Um, I really enjoyed this film. It reminds me of that Francis Ford Coppola film. I think it's Midnight Cowboy or something like that. I forget what it's called, but it's very like coming of age and youth and people that live in like the outcast society, and um I just really enjoy it for its cinematography, the acting, the story. The pacing is very euphoric and dreamlike. It doesn't rush anything. It just kind of makes you want to live in that world. And um, I mean, it's not a film for everybody. I feel like if you're very traditionalist and very like uncomfortable with modern storytelling or modern attitudes, you will be turned off from this. This is not a recommendation for everybody, but I think it's, if you are a artist that has thick skin and is open minded and is just going into cinema studying other people's cultures, other people's attitudes, other people's mindsets, this is a great film. And I think it did not get enough recognition. I think it's a very, very good film. I went and saw this film pretty much for Mason Alexander Park. Please tell me this thing's recording. Okay. Um, and Mason Alexander Park is a great actress, um, and I just, yeah, I love Mason Alexander Park from Cowboy Bebop live action, and what's the other one? I saw Sandman, and I thought Mason Alexander Park was great in this. Mason Alexander Park is this person right here. I think they're a great actress. Um, I think that they have a lot of screen presence, and um, I think that he wasn't that great at first. I was kind of like, just kind of just feels like, why is this actor here? But it shows you the good thing about hiring new people is that I didn't recognize him, so it took me time to kind of latch on. But after a while watching him, I kind of grew to like him. And I would like to see Charlie Plummer in other films. The actress that plays his mom, Robin Lively, was great too. Yeah, this film is definitely a 10 out of 10 film. I really enjoyed this. Ah, yes. The next one is Kinds of Kindness, coming in at number 6. This movie was directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. Release date June 21st, 2024. The cast: Mark Qualley, Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, Hunter Schafer, Joel Alwyn, Willem Dafoe, Hong Chow, Yorgos Stinfankos, I don't know, Mom Wadu Athi. Yes, I saw this film around the time it released. I was really looking forward to this film because I enjoyed Poor Things, the other film he directed the year before. Yorgos Lanthimos is a director that I'm definitely excited whenever he announces a project to check it out, because his films are more of like a style that I like. It's very abstract, it's satire and weird, and it's like very like Night Gallery, Twilight Zone, and I kind of find, you know, abstract films more interesting than just like regular storytelling, at times, because there's really the freedom to kind of express yourself with using the human body and human expression, and I think that's something that you don't get out of just art with material. It's like the human body and soul kind of just elevates things to another level, you know, and I mean, I just really found this film really, really good. Um, I know this didn't do well at the box office compared to Poor Things, I believe, but I really enjoyed it. I saw this a bunch of times. Um, the rating I gave it was 10 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed this film. Number 5. We're at number 5. Um, Directed by Alex Garland. Release date April 26th, 2024. The cast: Kaylee Spaney, Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura, Jesse Plemons, Stephen McKinley. A quick overview of this: in a dystopian future America, a team military embedded journalist races against time to reach Washington, D.C. before rebel factions descend upon the White House. I really like this film. It's on my number 5 in my top 10 list. Um, I think I like the more I think about it, the more I rewatch it. It's still a film that resonates with me. It still like plays in my head. Certain scenes. It's more of the cinematography than the acting and the screenplay. I think the screenplay is good. I think the casting is a little bad. I mean, just on one again, Kaylee Spaney. I know she's nepotism hire, and who's not in Hollywood, but I just don't think Kaylee Spaney is a good actress. And I think maybe getting the girl from Bones and All. Let me look up who she is. Taylor Russell from Bones and All, the actress. Who she is. Yeah, I think she would have been better as the the character in Civil War. Um, and I recommend watching Bones and All. That's a great film. She was great in Bones and All. Uh, let's see here. Trying to find a picture. That's a good movie. Um, It's definitely one of my favorite films of that year. But another film directed by Luca Guadagnino. But this film was directed by Alex Garland and written by Alex Garland. I like his directing. I like his storytelling. I like his writing. I just think the cast was weak. I mean, not the cast, because everybody in the cast is great. Everybody is great in the movie. It's just the main character that Kaylee Spaney is playing. She's not holding it, and I think that everybody needs to be on point. Otherwise, it derails the entire effect. And I don't know. I just think that um, I just don't really. It's just I'm just feel the same way I feel about Zendaya and her equally, pretty much. Um, but yeah, um, I think the movie is really good. I highly recommend it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. All right, we're starting to get to the final ones here. Number 4. Dun, 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 dun. The Bike Riders, directed by Jeff Nichols. Cast: Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, Jodie Comer, Noah Reedus, Toby Wallace, Mike Fast, Boyd Holbrook, Michael Shannon, D- Damon Herman, and many others. It's a packed cast of great actors across the board. And that's what I like to see is when you have a whole team of great actors. And this movie doesn't didn't need a lot of money, but it definitely utilizes what it has properly. I don't know much about Jeff Nichols as a director, but I really like this film, and I definitely will be keeping an eye out for whatever he directs or produces next. Um, my favorites in the film was Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, Jodie Comer. They really are the great three leads of the film. Um, I think they at first I thought Jodie Comer, her accent was over the top and kind of annoying, but after a while, just her acting just was really convincing, and I didn't know much about her until now. I'm a fan of her as an actress. I really enjoy her, and yeah, I thought this film was very very good, and um, I watched it many times this year or last year. I mean, um, and I'm always down to watch that film. Sometimes I'm always thinking about turning it on, and then every time I turn it on, watch the entire film. Um, yeah, I just think that it's just a really good film, really solid film, very simple film. Um, it's not, it's not pretentious. It's just very fun, and very just cool, and I really think this guy should work on making wild westerns because this film just kind of made me feel like we need more of those wild westerns, it's that kind of energy, you know. I think he'd be a great director for like a wild western film, you know. Yeah, uh, I gave this film The Bike Riders a 10 out of 10. All right, we are on the final three, ladies and gentlemen. We made it. If you're still here, thank you. You know what? That is this deserves some beverages. Wrapping it up, last year's best films with some Coors Light. Oh, yes, Smile 2. Give me a second to pull this up for you. Directed by Parker Finn. Cast: Naomi Scott, Ray Nicholson, Kyle Gallner, Luke Gage, Dylan Gula. Sorry if I pronounced that horribly. Rosemary DeWitt, Peter Jag Jacobson, Raul Costello, Drew Barrymore, and Miles Gutierrez. Yes, I enjoyed this film. I thought this was a really good horror film. Uh, Definitely my favorite horror film of the year. This is well, actually no, because yeah. So this is not my. This is one of my favorite horror films of the year. Uh, it looks like I guess all three of my last films are kind of horror films, but yeah. The main thing I really liked about this movie was the script. The script is really good. Kind of references how life is as a pop star, and the stresses of like not being able to slow down, because you got a lot of people dependent on you to do what you do, you know, and yeah, I like the writing in that. It even talks about like trauma, and not to get too personal, but I've had some traumatic experience happen in my life in the last year, but you know, uh, that's what made me really relate to this film a lot, you know, and I think it just came out at the right time, and I could relate to her a lot. So it's probably really just a personal effect than anything. Naomi Scott was great. I thought she was really good in the film. Uh, Sorry, I had a call. I just lost track of what I was saying, but yeah, I really like this movie. Gives me a 10 out of 10. Naomi Scott was incredible. I think she's the greatest thing in this film. Um, she's definitely a great leading actress. Uh, Very dynamic in her performance, and we should see more actresses like her and less of Kaylee Spaney and Zendaya, for God's sake. But yeah, Smile 2, third place. All right, we're on the second one. Second best film of the year for me is Love Lies Bleeding, starring Kirsten Stewart, K.E. O'Brien, Ed Harris. Directed by Rose Glass. Release date March 8th, 2024. Yes, the same day I almost died. Oh no, it was a couple of days ago after that. But it was around the same time. But yes, this is a great film. I love this film. It is beautifully directed, beautifully acted, beautiful soundtrack, great writing. Um, Everything is perfect. I gave it a 10 out of 10. Rose Glass is a great director. Um, I thought she did a great job with this film, and it was a brand new story. I really admire. Dang it! I really admire people that make brand new stories and push the envelope. And and I think you can say any story you want as long as it's authentic and from the heart. Um, I'm not sure how this did at the box office, but I don't really care. I think art is not about how much you make for the box office; it's about what it is, the quality of art. And I think this movie was beautiful. I thought it was very thought provoking. It was very just aesthetically pleasing. Katie O'Brien is like my favorite in the film. I think she should be Wonder Woman. Honestly, I think she has a very majestic face, and something about her presence. She has a lot of screen presence, and she's just gorgeous. I think she's just like looks like a real like Amazon, and I think she will be perfect for like I don't know if they did a remake of Xena the Warrior. I think that's what it was called, or or a Wonder Woman film. You know, I think she's great. Um, Kirsten Stewart she was pretty good. Kind of plays herself a lot. She's like my least favorite in the film, but doesn't really take away from her. I think this is her best performance. Um, and I think she's I don't know. I think she has screen presence. She does have screen presence, but it does feel like she's pushing. She's trying to. She's trying to be noticeable in scenes a lot of time. It's just like overacting times from her. Yeah, it's noticeable. But the whole cast was great. I really love this film. I highly recommend everyone check this out. This is second place in my top 10 of the year. Love Lies Bleeding, 10 out of 10. All right, so we are at our final destination, ladies and gentlemen. Grab everything that your belongings, your popcorn, everything. But just before you do, we're gonna talk about the greatest film of the year, the best film of the year, and that will be Cuckoo. Uh, this was directed by Tillman Singer, starring Hunter Schafer, Dan Stevens, Jessica Henwick, Martin Casekas, John Bulthaught, Greta Fernandez, and all the cast was great. Everybody was great in the cast, in my opinion. Um, I didn't know much about Tim Singer, but this film has definitely impressed me with his directing ability. I really, really love this film. I saw this a bunch of times. This is the best horror film of the year. Best film of the year, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. I thought the pacing was great. I thought the tension was great. It left me on. It's definitely the best when you watch for the first time because you don't know what's gonna happen, and he definitely utilized that. He plays with your confusion in it, and I think it definitely feels like a Hitchcock film. And I'm a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock films, and I've loved Hunter Schafer since Euphoria, um, and um, I believe I saw Kinds of Kindness before this. I liked Kinds of Kindness, and I liked her in Kinds of Kindness. And then I saw this film, and I just was really impressed. And I really think Hunter Schafer is a great actress that definitely deserves more roles. And I'm just excited to see whatever she does next. Um, I know she's going to be in a TV show, Blade Runner TV show, and she's gonna be in this game. I forget what it's called, but it's supposed to be a Hideo Kojima game that I'm really looking forward to. I'm probably gonna do a video on that once I get a chance. But yes, this was a very creative film, unique, new, um, great style. Cast was great. Um, Lead actress was amazing. Um, this is definitely the future of what cinema should be. Is very, I don't know, thought provoking and expressive and new. And I think this film felt like something new, felt like something alien. And it felt very like modern and very tangible and just had a great presence about it. And this film I enjoy watching every time. Um, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I love this film. Um, I can't wait to see what Hunter Schafer and Tillman Singer do next. Um, yeah. All right, and that's about it. Yep. that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I thought there were some really good films last year. It was not a lot of competition though. There was a lot of bad films. It's an avalanche of bad films. Um, there's I think the year 2023 was a little better. Um, this kind of last year just kind of felt very like there's no like epic films really. I mean, Brutalist was pretty good, but it's the pacing that kind of beats me down a little bit. Where it's like, all right, I mean, I know that a lot of movies that get Oscars and all that are just like long epics. I mean, Silence is very long, and I like that. I think I like Silence more than I like Brutalist though. But I don't know. This year had some good gems though. I mean, I did love Cuckoo. I did love Love Lies Bleeding. Smile 2. I loved all three of those films. I thought they were really, really good. And those films really give me a good hope for the future of cinema. And yeah, my dream is to be a director and an actor someday. And, I really hope I get a chance to do that. Uh, so I always watch movies just to study and to consume art and what other people like. Um, but yeah. Uh, Unfortunately, we're at the end of the video. I had a lot of fun with all of you. If you all would be kind enough to leave us a like if you enjoyed this, and if you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. You don't need to hit the bell because I know that can be annoying. Sometimes you don't want to see someone's face all the time. But yeah, uh, that's my top 10 list of 2024. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, may the force be with you. Peace and out.